Hello my friends, how are you? My name is Nadia, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 5 ways that spirit, or you may call it your angels, will try to contact you. So, when I talk about spirit, I'm talking about anyone from family members, friends, and loved ones that are no longer with us in the physical form, or even spirit from past lives that we've lived before. I do believe that we've lived before and that we just don't remember those lives. So sometimes I think spirit is trying to connect with us or even to help guide us through this life that we're living, and maybe through our mission in this life that we're living. So here are 5 ways that spirit will try to contact you. Number 1, through your dreams. Now, if you've had dreams about family members, friends, loved ones, that have passed away, that could be them trying to contact you through your dreams. Sometimes you have to pay attention to what's happening in the dream, the message that you could be getting from the dream. I've had dreams about my father, and at this time I didn't think anything about it. It was just I had a dream about my dad. I would dream that he was watching my youngest daughters. Now, when he passed away in 2007, I only had one child at that time, and she was 7 years old. So she's the only one who met him in a physical sense. But my youngest, he was passed away before I had them. And in the dream, he would be babysitting the youngest ones. And I feel that could have been a message from him that he's watching over them, and that he's there, that he's a part of their life, and that he has visited them. Even though sometimes I feel like, wow, he never got to be a part of the youngest one's life. I think that may have been a message that he is a part of their life, and he has been a part of their life. Now that I have had more eye-opening experiences with visions of my dad's face and hearing his voice and the whistle in the air and all these other things I've mentioned in my other videos, I know for certain that he has tried to contact me. So now that I think back on the dreams, it's like, okay, that was him trying to contact me. So if that's something that is happening, you're having dreams about people that are no longer with us in the physical form, they are with us still, that could be them trying to contact you. Just pay attention to the message or the certain things happening in the dreams. Number 2, electronics and lights. So sometimes when spirit is around, you will have an interference with your electronics, and the lights may flicker and things like that. I've had an experience with my phone when we first moved where it was really strange, but it would stall a lot. It wasn't even a very old phone or anything, but it would stall a lot, and then suddenly there would be this really bright green light, and it would just be colorful lights just all over the phone. It was just like really strange, and it was happening to my husband's phone too. So I kind of just said, okay, well, maybe the phones are old. I don't know. I just tried to come up with some excuse for why it was doing that, but that was really strange. And then I also had a situation with the lights. One day I was the only one home. I went into my bathroom through the room. I had the light on in the room, and I'm in the bathroom doing something. And then I see the light flashing in my room. So I step out of the bathroom, and I'm just standing in the room, and the light is just flickering and flashing, just flickering. And I'm standing there waiting for it to stop, and it wouldn't stop. So I got this kind of like eerie feeling. I got a little scared, and I went and shut the light switch off. But as I would research this awakening, I would find that, it's your energy that could cause this awakening, and your vibration rising would cause lights to flicker. So I wasn't sure whether that could be spirits or whether that could be just my energy. But it's definitely a sign that spirit is around when you have this interference with the electronics, lights and things like that. Number 3, through music. Sometimes spirit will contact you through music. You may hear a song at a certain time when maybe you're down or you're thinking about something, and you'll hear a song from one of your past loved ones that they used to love or listen to all the time, and that could be them just letting you know that they're there. It's them just contacting you through that music. This was so emotional. This happened to me last year, as a matter of fact, on my birthday. Now, I have a friend who was my best friend. His name was Alex. He passed away. Blessings to you, Alex. He's probably here. Anyway, he passed away, and he was a really good friend of mine. He was the type that would always make a big fuss about birthdays. Like, it's my birthday, let's turn up type thing. That's how he was. And last year on my birthday, I'm leaving the house with the kids, going to work, and I open the garage and I look out there, and as the kids are going to get in the car, it was very foggy outside. It was like so much fog, almost like I couldn't see the other house across the street. It was that much fog. So I get in the car and I just felt something different. Something was happening. I'm driving down the road really slow because there's like maybe 60 or more birds on my street. There was like a whole flock of birds on one side, then down the street another set. It was like so many that I was just like riding on the street looking like, why are there so many birds on my street? It was just like I felt that something was up, something was going on. So it put me in my head. I thought about this one time that I stepped outside and I was praying or giving thanks to the universe, and at that time I had found a feather in the garage. So I thought to myself, what if that was Alex who sent me a feather that day when I went out, giving thanks to the universe and thanking my angels and stuff like that? What if that was him? Suddenly, there's a song on the radio that I didn't even notice it when I got in the car because maybe I was so in shock with all the birds and fog and stuff. But there's a song that he used to play all the time and sing all the time from Tony Braxton. And right as I thought about him, there's a part on the song that he would always sing, and he would like try to hit this note like Tony Braxton, and it just like, oh my God, it's Alex. It just like I knew it was him. And I just started crying, and it just like I just knew it, I didn't even want my kids to see. I was trying to hide it from them, but the tears wouldn't stop. I was just crying and crying and crying. It's like I knew that was him. Like I felt it. I felt the connection. The way it happened, it was so eerie, and it was just like, oh my goodness, that's Alex. He's saying happy birthday, because for this to happen on my birthday and him being that turn up birthday type of person, it was just like, oh my God. It was amazing. And I knew it was him. And that was my experience with the music. So if you hear music sometimes, a song at certain times from something that a loved one may have liked or what have you, that could be spirit trying to contact you through the music. Number 4, this goes right along with what happened on my birthday, nature. Sometimes spirit will try to contact you through nature. So I do believe that spirits have a way of manipulating nature so that certain things get your attention. All of those birds on my street, all of the fog. I truly believe that spirit has a way of sending things your way and manipulating nature so certain things are available for you to see. So not only was that I experienced with the nature, but I remember many years ago, this is after I had my second daughter, me and my sister, I think I might have been pregnant at the time. Me and my sister, we went to Costco and we were shopping and everything, but as soon as we walked out of the door to leave, a dragonfly flew and landed on my skirt, and it was just on my leg, just sitting there, and we took a picture of it, and I'm just looking at it like it's just not leaving. And I remember her saying right at that time, maybe it's mom, maybe it's mommy. So through nature, butterflies, certain things show up. I've had times where I was thinking about something and then there would be a butterfly. And just like I mentioned before, the feathers. And I brought, let me show you this feather. I brought it just to show it in the video. this feather that I found in Miami, it was from an owl. It's really pretty. It almost looks like a tiger's stripes. So in Miami, before we moved, I found this feather going in the door one day. It was sitting outside and didn't know what it belonged to, but I just thought it was a pretty feather. And so we kept it, and my husband put it in. He liked to wear his little cool little hats and stuff, and he stuck it in the hat, and he would wear that in his hat, and we kept it. But I think maybe a week later or a few days later, an owl came to our house, every night, probably for like a week or two. It would come every night. I was standing outside one night. I would be standing outside sipping my wine, just chilling outside. And so I'm out there, and then I heard something, like it hit the ground. And so I'm standing there looking, trying to see, what is that? What was that noise? And then I see it swoop down and land up on the light above our door. And it was small, and it was amazing. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is that? Try to take a picture of it. It was too dark to get a clear picture, but an owl in Miami, I lived in Miami all of my life, and you don't find nature like that. But that happened right before we moved. It's like after the owl came and it was coming there every night, I'd say maybe a few weeks later is when we decided to move. So it was, as I've looked, I've seen that owls are a symbol of change and things like that, but it's also a message from Spirit. Spirit could be sending you a message that's coming from Spirit. Like I said, Spirit has a way of manipulating nature so that certain things could get your attention. But even here, I've found many of feathers. There was a situation even, in Miami, it's very busy, so you never let your kids really walk to school and walk home and stuff. And so as we moved, everything here is so nice and laid back, and it's nice for family. So I decided my daughter, she wants to walk home. I'm going to let her start walking home. She was 7. And so I'd have my oldest to meet with her and, on the way home, but I would be worried. And I would be like, what if someone tries to do something to my daughter walking home? I would have these thoughts like that and just be afraid. And one day I was thinking like that. And then when I picked her up, because sometimes as I'm coming home, I'll catch her before she gets to the house and pick her up and, drive her the rest of the way. But this day, when I was thinking like that, having those negative thoughts and just, wanting to make sure she's safe, she got in the car and said, "Mom, I found a feather today." And showed me a feather, and I was just like, oh my goodness. That is definitely Spirit letting me know that she is protected and they are watching over her and she's okay. So I don't have to worry about her, walking home with her friends or something happening to her. So that was definitely, I truly believe, a message from Spirit. So that's a part of Spirit communicating with you through nature. And number 5, sounds and voices. Now, some of you may hear voices, sometimes. That's your clairaudient abilities, obviously. I've heard my dad's voice before, but this was during the theta sleep pattern, where I'm not fully asleep. I'm awake, I'm aware of what's going on, and I know that I'm laying there and I would hear his voice. Now, that's happened. But I've had an experience, and I don't know if you guys have seen some of my videos where I would sometimes just turn around like that because I swear it sounds like something is behind me. I will hear this thump, and it's not the sound that a branch or a leaf makes when it hits the ground. There's no seeds in the tree. So it's like, what was that? And I would even try to play back some of my videos to see if I can hear it in the background, and I don't hear it. But I swear it would be a thump, like someone stomped their foot or something landed on the ground. And I've heard that more than once, and I would look back and, now that I know that sometimes these sounds are Spirit, it could have been my best friend, my mom, my dad, someone behind me, someone there with me, and that's the sound that they made when maybe they took a step. I don't know. But now I understand that there's probably an explanation for those sounds that I couldn't figure out. If there's nothing in the tree, no fruits or anything that can fall out, a leaf doesn't make that sound, a branch doesn't make that sound, that could be Spirit that is just here with you. They're just joining me. They're just at my side while I'm making these videos. Could be. But that is one of the ways that spirit will try to contact you, and you would actually hear them if you have your clear audience is growing. And for me, that I know that's growing because I have pressure in the air, very strange, like you're in an elevator, ringing in the air, a lot of interesting things like that. But through sometimes those sounds that you hear, you may hear it sounds like a voice far away. I really haven't experienced that. I've talked to people who have experienced it. But sound, sometimes they'll make a sound. My dad whistled in my ear, and I know it was him because he used to whistle. It's like a whistle blow sound. So spirit will contact you just by making sounds sometimes. And that is it. Those are the 5 ways, even though there's more, but those are the 5 ways that I've experienced spirit try to contact me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks again to all of my subscribers. And until next time, peace and blessings.